Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel today. Could change your life. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of Monticello 5-cent, Jefferson Nickel, coins, their value, iconic design, rich history, and the hidden treasures collectors are desperately searching for. We'll explore the top 10 most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare Monticello 5-cent coins in U.S. history United States. From shocking mint errors to rare PD and no mint mark coins, unusual color shades, and even dirty, worn, or seemingly ordinary nickels. Some of these coins could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars today. Moneybag face screaming in fear. So before you spend that old coin, make sure you watch till the end, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Let's start with coin number 1. Welcome back, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you look at an old 5-cent coin. Today, we're uncovering the shocking story behind the 1989 Monticello 5-cent coin of the United States of America, a coin most people ignore, spend, or toss aside. Yet in rare cases, it has stunned collectors and investors alike. At first glance, the 1989 Monticello nickel looks ordinary. It shows Thomas Jefferson on the front and the famous Monticello building on the back, a design that symbolized American strength, leadership, and heritage for decades. But history hides its biggest secrets in plain sight, and this coin is no exception. Produced in Denver with a D mint mark, millions were struck, yet only a tiny number were created with unusual characteristics that make collectors stop breathing when they see them. Now here's where things get interesting. Even though people often call it a silver coin, the 1989 D nickel is not officially silver. However, some rare examples show unexpected color shades, unusual surfaces, or metal mixing errors that make them appear silver-like. These strange variations, especially when combined with minting mistakes, can push values far beyond face value. A dirty, worn, or damaged coin doesn't always mean worthless. In the coin world, damage can sometimes tell a powerful story of rarity. Collectors pay serious money for error coins, and certain 1989 D nickels have been found with off-center strikes, double details, weak mint marks, or planchet errors. These are the coins that turn a simple 5 cents into hundreds, thousands, and in extreme auction cases, life-changing money. The real value isn't in how shiny the coin is, it's in how different it is from the rest. This is why experts always warn, never spend an old coin without checking it carefully. That dirty nickel sitting in your drawer could be a rare survivor of a minting accident, overlooked for decades. While not every 1989 D coin will make you rich overnight, the right one, found at the right time, can absolutely change your financial future. So before you trade history for spare change, look again. Because sometimes fortune doesn't come with paper money. It comes as a small, forgotten coin with a powerful past. Next up, ignores the 1992 Monticello Jefferson Nickel from the United States of America. At first glance, this 5-cent coin looks ordinary, common, and harmless. People spend it without a second thought. But history has a strange habit of hiding valuable secrets inside the most overlooked objects, and this coin is one of them. The 1992 Jefferson Nickel was struck in Philadelphia, carrying no dramatic appearance at the time of release. It proudly features Thomas Jefferson on the front and the iconic Monticello building on the back, a symbol of American heritage, power, and vision. Millions entered circulation, passing through countless hands, wallets, and pockets. Over time, many became dirty, scratched, discolored, and worn, exactly the kind of condition people assume means worthless. But in the collector world, that assumption can be very expensive. What makes certain 1992 nickels shocking is not perfection, but difference. Some examples show unusual silver-like tones, strange surface textures, or unexpected color shades that stand out instantly. These effects can come from rare metal mix issues, minting irregularities, or long-term chemical reactions that give the coin an appearance far from normal. When collectors see a Jefferson nickel that doesn't look like it should, curiosity turns into demand, and demand creates value. There are also rare mint errors tied to this year that elevate certain coins far beyond face value. Slight doubling in the design, off-center strikes, weak or distorted details, and planchet mistakes transform a basic nickel into a collector's prize. These coins were never meant to exist, and that's exactly why they matter. The dirt, wear, and age don't erase their value. In some cases, they confirm authenticity and history. This is why experts constantly warn people not to rush into spending old coins. A single overlooked Jefferson nickel, sitting quietly in a drawer or jar for decades, can suddenly become a powerful asset when discovered by the right collector. While not every 1992 P nickel will change your life, the right one absolutely has the power to change your fortune when rarity meets timing. So before you dismiss that old 5-cent coin as spare change, look again. Because history doesn't always announce itself loudly, sometimes it whispers through a small, forgotten coin waiting to be recognized. Next up, the 1995 P. Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin from the United States of America. This is the kind of coin people pull from their pocket, see the dirt and wear, and spend without thinking twice. But history loves to hide its most powerful secrets inside the most ordinary objects, and this nickel is proof of that truth. The 1995 P. Jefferson Nickel was struck in Philadelphia, carrying the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson and the legendary Monticello building on the reverse. At the time, it represented stability, tradition, and everyday American life. Millions were released into circulation, and over the years, many became scratched, faded, darkened, and uneven in color. Most people believe a dirty coin has no value, but collectors know that age, condition, and unusual appearance can turn an ignored nickel into something extraordinary. What makes certain 1995 P nickels truly fascinating is how different they look from normal examples. Some display strange silver-like shades, unusual surface textures, or color tones that immediately grab attention. These effects can come from rare minting irregularities, metal mix issues, or unexpected reactions over time. When a Jefferson nickel no longer looks the way it's supposed to, collectors don't see damage. They see opportunity, rarity, and hidden potential. There are also rare error examples tied to this year that push value far beyond face value. Coins with double details, off-center strikes, weak impressions, or planchet problems were never meant to exist, and that mistake is exactly what gives them power. A coin that looks flawed to the average person can be priceless to the right collector. This is why spending an old nickel without checking it first can be a costly mistake. So before you let that 1995 P. Jefferson nickel leave your hands, take a closer look. That small, dirty 5-cent coin could be a survivor of a minting accident, overlooked for decades, waiting for the moment it's finally understood. Because sometimes fortune doesn't arrive loudly. It sits quietly in your pocket, disguised as spare change. Next up, the 2001 D. Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin from the United States of America. This is the kind of nickel that quietly passes through hands every day, often dirty, scratched, and forgotten. Yet history shows us again and again that the most ordinary objects can carry extraordinary potential when time, rarity, and attention collide. The 2001 D. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, marked with a small but powerful letter D. It carries the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the front and the iconic Monticello building on the back, a design that represents knowledge, independence, and American legacy. When it entered circulation, no one imagined it would ever be worth more than 5 cents. It was created to be spent, not saved. But coins don't choose their destiny. History does. Over the years, many of these nickels developed unusual appearances. Some show silver-like tones, strange surface textures, or unexpected color shades that make them stand out instantly. These effects can come from rare minting irregularities, metal inconsistencies, or long-term chemical changes that occurred while the coin traveled through circulation. To the average person, a dirty coin looks damaged. To a collector, it can look like a mystery waiting to be solved. What truly separates certain 2001 D. nickels from the rest is rarity created by mistake. Errors such as off-center strikes, double details, weak impressions, or abnormal surfaces were never planned, and that's exactly why collectors chase them. These coins slipped through quality control and survived unnoticed for years, quietly gaining importance as fewer examples remain undiscovered. This is why experts always warn people not to rush into spending old coins. While not every 2001 D. Jefferson nickel will change your life, the right one, found at the right moment, can carry surprising value and serious demand. Sometimes fortune doesn't announce itself loudly. Sometimes it hides in your pocket, disguised as spare change, waiting for the day someone finally looks closely enough. Next up, the 2002 D. Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin of the United States of America. This is a coin that almost everyone has seen, touched, and ignored. It looks simple, modern, and ordinary. Many of these coins are dirty, darkened, scratched, and worn from years of circulation, which is why people never imagine it could hold serious value. But history has a habit of hiding surprises where nobody is looking. The 2002 D. Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Denver Mint and carries a familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the front and the Monticello building on the back. By this time, the design had already become a symbol of everyday American life, not something people thought of as collectible. These coins moved fast through stores, pockets, and banks, living rough lives that left marks, stains, and strange color changes. Ironically, those same signs of age and use are what make collectors pause today. Some 2002 D. Nickels stand out because they don't look the way they should. Certain examples show unusual silver-like tones, unexpected color shades, or strange surface textures that immediately raise questions. These effects can come from rare minting inconsistencies, metal irregularities, or long-term reactions caused by the environments the coin passed through. What looks like damage to one person can look like rarity and character to another. The real excitement begins when minting mistakes enter the picture. A small number of 2002 D. Jefferson Nickels escaped the mint with errors that were never supposed to happen. Slight doubling in details, off-center strikes, weak impressions, or abnormal surfaces transform a simple 5-cent coin into something far more desirable. These coins exist because of accidents. In the world of collecting, accidents often create the most valuable stories. This is why experienced collectors always say, never rush to spend an old coin. Not every 2002 D. Nickel will change your life, but the right one, discovered at the right time, can carry surprising value and serious attention. Sometimes fortune doesn't come as paper money or gold bars. Sometimes it hides quietly in a small, dirty coin, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. Next up, the 2007 P. Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin from the United States of America. This nickel looks modern, common, and harmless, the kind of coin people spend without a second thought. Many of them are dirty, dull, scratched, and darkened by years of circulation, which is exactly why almost everyone underestimates them. But history has shown that value doesn't always come from age alone. It comes from what makes a coin different. The 2007 P. Jefferson Nickel was struck in Philadelphia and carries a familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson and the historic Monticello building. By this time, the design had already passed through generations of American hands, becoming a quiet witness to daily life. These coins were never meant to be special. They were meant to move fast, get worn down, and disappear into change jars. Ironically, that everyday journey is what gives certain examples their story and appeal today. Some 2007 P. Nickels stand out because they don't look the way they should. A few show unusual silver-like tones, odd color shading, or strange surface textures that instantly grab attention. These changes can come from minting irregularities, metal inconsistencies, or long exposure to unique environments. To most people, this looks like damage. To collectors, it can look like character, rarity, and unanswered questions. The real excitement comes when minting mistakes are involved. Coins with double details, off-center strikes, weak impressions, or abnormal surfaces were never planned, and that mistake is exactly what gives them power. A dirty, overlooked nickel can suddenly become desirable because it survived an error that most coins never did. This is why experienced collectors always say, never rush to spend old coins. Not every 2007 P. Jefferson Nickel will change your life, but the right one, found at the right moment, can carry surprising value and serious interest. Sometimes fortune doesn't arrive loudly. Sometimes it hides quietly in your pocket, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. See you in the next video.